There's a whole lot going on there. You got the umpire there. You got the pitcher there. A lot of guys in the way. The throw wasn't far off, but just enough.
Turley right on cue, drills it in the left field for a base hit. And Gavin Turley already with 4 RBIs in the young season. 1-0 Oregon State. That's another guy. I talked about Caraway last year. 2 years ago, we marveled at Turley's power. And not only can he hit the ball out of the ballpark, he can do this solid line drive single.
On the bus ride over from the hotel, I was told that they were giving him celebrations on the bus.
Oh, perfect.
That's in the air to right field, and that's going to be trouble. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Coming around the hot corner is Paul Myro behind Gallegos on his way to third and in there as the throw got away. That is a triple and a celebration for Cooper Chef. And we are knotted up at 3.
6 runs, 7 hits, and nowheres for Xavier. 1 run, 5 hits, nowheres for the Rebels of UNLV. Rebels have left on 5. Musketeers 3. There's a smash to third. They go to second one, back to first. It's as easy as 5-4-3, a double play.
But for right now, use it to your advantage. Throw the ball basically down the middle of the plate. And let that fastball ride. You can tell he's got good stuff. I'd throw that fastball up and let it work. Or throw a slider and just look nasty. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, 85-mile-an-hour slider. Make him swing. Get the call. Yes, he went around. Yeah. Just another day at the office.
Yes.
And as a pitcher, what do you do, David?
What do you do? Throw strikes.
I mean, how do you stop it from being mental, though? That's the big question.
That is the...
There's a drive to left field. This is going to be mental. It's a grand slam up the berm. Jacob Craig got every bit of it. It's 5-0 Beavers. Oregon State coming up here in the bottom of the first. Trent Caraway, Iva Arquette, Gavin Turley, Tice Peterson, Jacob Craig, Easton Talt, A.J. Singer, the 7th slot. Bryce Hubbard getting the start today. A catcher batting 8th. Cannon Reeder is the center fielder batting 9th. So there's your OSU lineup, and there's your starting pitcher. Big right-hander, big number 45 coming in. That's Nick Boyle. 19 appearances a year ago, a 4-5 record, 46 and a third innings pitched, 6.02 ERA. Good strikeout to walks, 58 to 47.
Absolutely. Big arm from him. Billy O'Connor was talking about he's throwing 92 to 95 right now, breaking ball in mid-80s, really working on consistency. And you'll be able to lock that in. He should have a great day. He had a brother who was with the Rays. The brother, when he got to college, got much, much better as he was growing older, getting in college and getting into organizational ball. And they're expecting the same thing out of Nick.
How about a guy who beat LSU, who won Big East Pitcher of the Year also that week, and Indiana State last year. So that's not bad. Facing Oregon State here, so he knows he can go up against the big guys.
Caraway swinging right out of the gate. What would you expect? I love it how he is aggressive. At the same time, he's very controlled at the plate.
417 average over the weekend. Takes a strike on a slider outside corner. Actually, fastball 90 mile an hour, but had a little movement.
It's got a little cut on it. I wish we had the pitch FX data. StatCast data, be able to see the movement on it, but it looks like it's got a little cut.
That's why I thought it was a slider. Looked up at the gun, it was 90.
That was 95. So it probably was a cutter, because that fastball was 95. That was a much different pitch. So that's probably where he's working at with that cutter.
So he's throwing a 90 mile an hour slider? Or
little
a cutter?
Probably a cutter, because they said mid-80s on the slider, 95, 92, 95 on the fastball. So
wow.
Can't imagine 90 on the slider unless you're Jacob DeGrom.
Yeah,
and there it is again.
Point.
That's definitely a cutter or a very hard slider. I mean, that's impressive if that is a slider.
Caraway at the plate, where he has been outstanding. 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 RBIs, walked twice, a double, no home runs.
he drills it down the left field line. That's a base hit. This is going to be at least another double for Caraway, and he is in standing with his second double. And you hear the Oregon State fans.
They're going to be loud all day long as long as they keep seeing doubles down the line. Trent Caraway just continuing what he's doing. That was another one of those slider cutter combos. Drives it into the corner for an easy stand-up double, and exactly what Oregon State is expecting to do. Exactly what they've kind of done all weekend long since the 7th inning against this Xavier Musketeers.
Ivo Arquette, all he's done is 500. He is 5 for 10. 1 home run, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. And he takes a strike. 1-1 to count. Going back to Caraway, I mean, you got a guy who's made huge adjustments since breaking his finger. Whatever he did, he's mastered it.
I think he's basically just continued doing what he started doing here when we saw him last year just dominate this tournament.
And he's going to go to third.
We saw him just crush this tournament last year, coming in as a freshman and dominating. Now he is a draft-eligible sophomore. That's the only hard thing about this team is they're going to lose the entire left side of their defense to the draft and to maybe day 1, day 2 at the very worst part of this draft. You're looking at Turley, Caraway, and Arquette.
2-1 pitch. It's ball 3, 3-1. Arquette. A guy who they've been looking forward to. Rounds one sharply. That's knocked down by the third baseman. He's going to eat it as he's got the runner Caraway in front of him and saying, well, I'm not going to get the out, but you are not scoring.
Yeah, he looked up when that ball popped out of his glove and he had to go back for it again. He looked up, saw first base, how far of a throw that was, how fast Arquette was moving down the line. For a big man, he moves pretty fast. And he knew he wasn't going to beat him. I thought it was actually going to be really close. And I think you throw that ball personally. But you see how it knocks it down, picks it up. And he just didn't feel right on throw. Probably didn't have a great grip on it. I think you still throw that throw because if it's anywhere near the target, Caraway's not going to go from third base. So you take a chance there.
At the plate now, Gavin Turley gave his team the lead yesterday. He's going to give his team the lead a lot.
Yes. A lot of power there in Turley's bat.
Up high. 2 balls and no strikes to Turley. By the way, Arquette, he can run. So watch for him at first. Being held on by Burdette. Do they send him? Big gap in right center field, and it's ball 3 to Turley. 3-0. So Boyle, I don't know if he's pitching around Turley, but hasn't been close to home plate as much as he would like yet. 3-0.
Oh.
That's ball 4 just outside, and
Just
the bases
outside.
are loaded.
Not what you want to be doing to this offense. Again, pick your poison is basically the name of this offense. As we're getting a pitching conversation.
Tice Peterson will come up now.
Doug Wiley, the pitching coach at Xavier, coming out there for a little conversation. Telling his pitcher to calm down. We talked about this in the game prior. What do you say to a pitcher? It is always different every single time you talk. Every situation, every man is different. Every pitching coach is different. But right here, they're saying, hey, come on, throw some strikes, get a ground ball. who cares about the situation right now? If you get 2 ground balls, you're out of this with 1 run, and no one's complaining at all.
Peterson, 444 on the year. 1 home run, 2 runs batted in, 4 for 9. 89-mile-an-hour pitch, swung on and missed for a strike, 0-1. Bases are loaded. Caraway at third, Arquette at second, Turley at first. That's up high. A ball and a strike to Peterson. Peterson, we talked about it yesterday. He can play pretty much everywhere on the infield. First, second, third, DH. He has simplified his approach at the plate. That's ball 2.
Little cutter again. Kind of must be a pitch that he relies on, trusts, and believes. He's just missing with it a little bit here. It started out really good and then missing with it.
Nick Boyle getting a sign. Here comes the pitch. That's a ball. It's 3-1. We've talked about this team. They can slug it out of the ballpark, doubles, triples, hard singles, and they're going to take every pitch until it's theirs.
Yes, and then when they do swing, it is aggressive.
Just
angry.
outside,
Ooh.
ball 4, and that will put Oregon State up 1-0.
And back to that cutter. This is that type of offense. They will sit there and wait while they can put a ball on the top of that berm and the scoreboard in a half a second. They will sit there and wait you out. This is how old Yankee type of lineups used to feel. They would just sit there and work and work and work until you dig yourself into a hole. As we see a couple pitchers running down to Xavier bullpen, getting some life down there. They don't want to fall behind too far too fast.
Good job by the catcher, Jason Jellick, to stop that pitch. 1 ball, no strikes to Jacob Craig. Another tough out in this Oregon State lineup. And a pitch in or a called strike. One nothing Beavers. Tice Peterson, an RBI walk. That's down low for a ball. 2-1. As a pitcher, what do you do, David?
What do you do? Throw strikes. I mean,
how do you stop it
yes,
from being mental, though? That's the big question.
That is the.
There's a drive to left field. This is going to be mental. It's a grand slam up the berm. Jacob Craig got every bit of it. It's 5-0 Beavers.
Wow. What do? Throw strikes. What does Jacob Craig do? Hit strikes out. Wow, you're in such a tough position as a pitcher when you put yourself in there, walks and struggling. The problem is you got to come back and throw strikes, and when you do, you got these powerful hitters that can just destroy the baseball. The left fielder just turned around just basically to watch the pitch.
There you saw the fan making the catch.
Yes. Every guy in this lineup can hit bombs. Jacob Craig kind of looking for that moment to break out, has struggled kind of the whole series with 2 hits until that grand slam and got every little bit of it.
Yeah, there's balls that you wonder if it's going to get out. The only thing I wondered is how far it was going to go.
Yeah, the only question is if it was going to get over the bullpen or not. But that is extremely tough when you fall behind in those type of situations. Like I said, the hitters force you to come back into the zone. And when you do, you're behind in the count, so you're having to throw pitches that are very hittable to hitters that don't miss those pitches. And that's what happens. And that it all breaks down to as simple as this: falling behind in the count and putting guys on base for free.
Pitch is a check swing, and it's going to be a throw over to first in time. So the first out by Easton Talt. As Talt came in, 200 average. No home runs, no RBIs. But Jacob Craig, by the way, that's his second home run. And get the cash register out, 4 RBIs. He's got 6 on the year, David. And the funny part about that, you're saying, is it going to get over the bullpen? I was wondering if it was going to get over the berm.
Yes, he got every little bit of it as the trainer's out here looking at the side of Boyle. Something definitely bothering him.
They calling for a new pitcher?
Yes, calling for a new pitcher. Definitely the trainer's going to pull him from the game. You wonder when he started battling that, if he was battling it earlier and just kind of pitched through it, or if this is something that started right now. But we have a new pitcher basically kind of starting to throw in the bullpen, so they're going to probably have him come down and warm up. And one of the hardest things to do ever in baseball is the warm up on the pitcher's mound and in a visitor's field, basically. Everyone's sitting there watching you. They're watching all your pitches. You feel like you're getting dissected every single throw.
How often did you have to deal with coming out of the bullpen for an injury? Did you ever have to do that? As here's the pitch, and there you see something not looking right. And that was a strikeout pitch, by the way.
It looked like halfway through the pitch he started feeling it. Finished the pitch, but man, not how he thought his day was going to start or end.
So a tough one here. As you got the bullpen pitcher warming up before he's going to come out and warm up on the mound. But did you ever have to do that, though, David?
Absolutely. And
you
it
did?
is one of the toughest things to do, without a doubt. I had to do it multiple times. And the most unfortunate part is you're coming in when a guy is hurt. And like, you never want one of your fellow pitchers hurt. You never want anybody, even if it's on the other team, of course, hurt. But you're coming in for an injury, and it is one of the most difficult things to do, like I said. You have to somehow lock it in, lock your mindset in. Now, if I had the choice, I would do exactly what he's doing, which is warm up in the bullpen, because that's my home. That's where I'm used to. But when they call you out and
what's the biggest difference? Not pitching to a batter, but warming up, going from the bullpen, like you said, that's your home, as opposed to coming out and warming up for the first time on the mound.
Because everybody gets to watch your pitches, and everybody gets to see you go from zero to fully warm, and you don't want them to see every one of your pitches and your bad pitches and your bad like bad ones in the dirt, all that stuff.
So we got the pitcher coming in, and we are going to take a break here as we look at the Grand Slam here.
Grand Slam by Craig, absolutely getting every little bit of it. It is incredible what they're able to do. Take the lead 5-0 on the Grand Slam. Absolutely dominating here.
So John Wiley's the new pitcher coming in. And John Wiley, right-hander. John Wiley out of Ironton, Ohio, Ironton High School. By the way, with Flow Sports, I've done the Ironton Classic, which is football.
What haven't you done?
I got to go to Ironton a few years ago, and in the last couple of years, we've been doing it remotely for the broadcasters, which I love Ironton. It's a little town, small school, and they average about 14,000 fans for football.
That's awesome. That's pretty neat.
I mean, it's a tiny school. Greg Sandercox, our producer-director, is familiar with it. But, yeah, if you haven't gone to a game there, they've got the old, it looks like a school in Washington with the old wooden bleachers with the roof over it.
That's cool.
It is very cool. There's a drive in right center field, and that's going to dunk in there, a base hit, as Singer dunks it in, and Singer keeps the parade going for Oregon State.
Well, I was saying, one of the hardest things too is what I didn't get to this point is when you're out there on the mound warming up versus the bullpen, you feel hurried up. You feel like the pressure of everybody standing there watching you, staring at you, and you're like, you got to go quicker than what you want to, and that's the worst thing you can do. That's why the bullpen feels so much more comfortable.
Because in the bullpen, you're going at your pace.
Whatever pace you want to be going at, right?
Bryce Hubbard, the batter. Hubbard, 1 at-bat so far this season, getting the opportunity to start today. Transfer, had a great summer. Mitch Canham says he's a great human being, good receiver at catcher. Was at Northwest Florida State 2 years ago, at Mississippi State in 2022, collegiate baseball high school All-American. So this is the guy who was on Oregon State, waiting for his chance with good credentials.
Absolutely. And getting the start today. Wilson Weber getting the day off, it appears, so far. Weber started all 3 first games, so now it's a little switch at catcher, getting Bryce Hubbard the start. I don't think he's complaining about how the games began.
Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. A 5 spot for the Beavers. Good breaking pitch, a swing and a miss.
First 5 batters reach base safely and have scored.
Good breaking pitch, swing and a miss. First strikeout. There you look at Mitch Canham. We just talked about him. An outstanding head coach taking over for Pat Casey, the legend. And he's building his own legendary resume.
And with a team like this year, this might be a game changer separator for him and his career as head coach. And it looks like Oregon State has continued with what they started in the 8th inning, 7th and 8th inning against Xavier on the opening game. It's like that offense just never stopped rolling after that 8th inning. Because they got going and it looked like they wouldn't stop. If you played that game for 3 more innings, they would have put 10, 15 runs on the board.
Cannon Reeder at the plate. Worked a drive line this offseason. Consistent at-bats, has been working, speed, contact, less chase. Played for former All-Star Richie Sexton in high school at Summit High School in Oregon.
How cool is that?
Sexton took over for Alan Embry, and this is going to be a tough play at third, and making it look easy is Lambden. So they bat around, and we go to the second inning. 5-0 Oregon State over Xavier from Surprise, Arizona. Oregon State Beavers, it's always a big time occasion here in Surprise, Arizona. Sanderson Ford College Baseball Classic. The fans are always ready for the Beavers. It's Xavier, Oregon State here today in Surprise, Arizona, as we get set for game number 8. And I'm Scott Galetti along with David Ardsma. And David, I'll tell you what, 7 outstanding games so far. This is the last one, and the first time in my memory that Oregon State will close out the tournament.
Absolutely, switching it up a little bit. Oregon State, obviously the star of this this tournament here.
The Oregon State Beaver in the Valley of the Sun here in Surprise, Arizona. We get ready for the Sanderson Ford College Baseball Classic here in Surprise, Arizona. Indiana University against Oregon State. Should be a good one today. I'm Scott Galetti along with former All-American at Rice University, David Ardsman. David, day number 3 already here of the Sanderson Ford College Baseball Classic. Oregon State comes in 2-0, Indiana 0-2, but their fate could have been a lot better.
Without a doubt, they've been in each ball game right to the end of it last night.